A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. In this particular session, I would be talking about energy shift that happens during dream intervention or dream space intervention. So how do you know that you have shifted in your energy? Via your dream. Now, first of all, for this particular thing to happen in your life or you to be able to figure it out, you have to practice awareness literally every day for some time. Technically, you should practice awareness if you are in the ascension journey all the time. But a lot of people miss on it, a lot of people skip out, or they still don't know that for householders, this type of awareness practice has to happen all the time while they are doing their work. In Hindi, or you can say from Indian subcontinent, the phrase for this type of ascension is Karma Yoga. Karma Yoga. Actually, the word is Yog. So, Yog has a meaning, and as per this word, it is actually coming from the Sanskrit language only. But Yog teaches us to connect with God. It is the most important thing that you need to do in ascension. In order to do source integration, one must do or practice yoga. From the word yoga came another word called prayog. Prayog means to do experimentation. So via yoga and prayog, one should reach God. And then, as time changed from the word yoga, the word yoga came. Actually, yoga is called asanas. When you practice asanas, that whole phrase, that whole terminology is now called yoga. But yoga is a Western word, it's a adaptation of a Hindi word actually, or a Sanskrit word you can say. So in the ascension journey, we are actually all supposed to do yoga. But because we are not those people, we are not monks, we have not renounced the world, and we are not meant to. We are supposed to stay in the householder's life, because the householder's life is also not easy. When someone becomes a monk, they have no responsibilities. They don't have a family, they don't have children, they don't have a wife, they don't have any pets, they don't have anything. Even for their own survival, they just have a begging bowl. They don't even keep their hair, so they shave their head. That's why monks are also called shaven heads. So with the shaved head and a begging bowl, every morning they go out, they beg for food, and whatever they get in the begging bowl, they're supposed to eat without asking any questions. When we are practicing in the householder's life, yoga, we have to take care of other people sometimes. We have to be independent financially, emotionally, mentally. Financially is one important aspect. And if you're in ascension, then you also have to be careful of how you're earning money. You can't be involved in wrong jobs. You can't be involved in things, that can contribute in destroying other people's life. So, and we also cannot be in any job, participate in anything which comes from the dark world, the dark energies. But we still have to be independent. Mostly, as a householder who is practicing ascension, we should not eat any meat. Eating meat is not something that humans should do any which way if you are a human. And especially if you are a light worker, especially if you are in ascension journey, then you definitely should not eat meat, because it has the blood of a very distressed being, a being that was butchered. We are not here to consume such things. We have many things, many beautiful things to eat. Fruits and vegetables, pulses, rice, grains, so many things. There is no dearth of food on planet Earth. So there are certain things that both the masculine and feminine will do, and they also do it. It's not like somebody puts a gun on their head that, hey, you want to get into union, so you must do it. It's not like that. I have seen many people who get into ascension, they realize that they are eating certain things, or they're drinking certain things, or they are wearing certain type of clothes, or they're acting in a certain way because this is what that has been passed on to them. And as a householder, you're also not supposed to change your attire. It's not like you have to wear a flowy gown or things like that. No. Because you have to do ascension work while you're living in the planet, while you're hanging out with other people. So that makes your job more difficult. And then you would say, why did I choose this difficult life? That's because universe knew, source knew, masters knew that you would be able to do it. They knew it. That's why they sent you for it, and even you knew that you would be able to do it. It's only when you are in this planet, the planet is designed in such a way, the Maya is designed in such a way that every time you get stuck into a situation, they want you to, this dark energy, they want you to feel that this is the end of it. Now you're trapped. Now you can't do anything. Now, oh my God, what's going to happen to you? Your life will be over. But I have seen this, that when that situation passes or when you regain your energy, automatically you realize that that situation wasn't even that big. And same is this twin flame separation. This is something that you will learn with practice and with time, because this relationship aspect on the planet Earth is so confusing and so tiring, so draining. Let me tell you, for any of you people, it's not difficult to get a 3D partner right away. You can. You're all amazing, wonderful. But you also know that you don't want that. That is the reason why you are here doing inner work, because you don't want that. It's not like you never had it or you never tried those things out or that type of life out. So when you are ascending, the dreams play a very important role. And I'll tell you how you know that you have switched from one time frame, one time dimension, which is full of suffering, pain, there is no growth. You don't feel any purpose is there of your life. You have no purpose basically. You're just roaming without any purpose here and there like a zombie. And when you get into ascension, when you are actually like, this is something that you know has changed your life. If you compare your life even with 5 years back who you were, even with 10 years back who you were, you will feel so much has changed. There are certain days feel very heavy. I'm not going to deny that. Because those are the days you probably get attacked. But this is also an opportunity to pray to God, to ask God, to beg to God, to tell God, talk to your masters that please help me out with this. And you know, the heavier you feel, the lighter you will become later on. Because you will understand this is all drama. This is dramatics of the dark energies. People who are influenced by ego, they do a lot of drama because they need attention. They're all attention seekers. Even in the dreams, they try to invade sometimes the spaces. So, and all of this attention that they seek, it's only for the energy. The more you stress over them, the more you think about them, the more you torture yourself, beat yourself up, the more they will feel good. Otherwise, no one has any power over you. All the systems that they have created, this is all to suck energy of pure-hearted people, pure souls. They want you to stop doing your thing because your happiness triggers them. But why are you attracting them in the first place? You are, because somewhere you are focused, you're giving them some focus. That's why you attract them, and the universe is trying to test you. If you have done that or not, and on how much more work you need, how much more focused attention you need. If you are going to do karma yoga, please Google karma yoga, study about karma yoga. If you do karma yoga with the solar plexus beej mantra, and you do it every day, you do continuously, you will feel so much difference in your life. You will be amazed by the differences. But see, we over here can only give you these messages, and we can try to comfort you as much as we can via these channelings and via these sessions, so that you know that you're not alone. Because number one thing that any twin flamer or any ascensioner, light worker, star seed needs to know, first of all, is that they are not alone. Because they're always told that they are the only idiot, stupid people on this family, in this planet. That's doing all these weird things. What is the problem you have? You are not normal. These are the things they tell you. So via these sessions, first and foremost, we want to tell you that you're not alone, boss. You have many people on the planet who are like you. So don't worry. Number one. And if there are so many people like you, like if you look at the views on every video, even if 1,000 people have seen those videos, or even if 20 have commented, 30 have commented, 50 have commented, 100, 200, that shows there are 200 people who are going through the same thing. My goodness, I'm not alone. I'm genuinely not alone. So this should give you a lot of comfort, first of all. Secondly, you need to know that whatever happens to you throughout the day, the night time is also equally important. Even though you are sleeping, that is the time you are doing astral projections. That is the time you are connecting with the masters. And also the dark energies, one of the dirtiest trick is, or the wrong trick is, that they try to capture other people's dream space. And this happens when people are extremely stressed out, and they take chemicals to relieve themselves. And these chemicals, they block you. So people who take a lot of sleeping pills, alcohol, anything which is chemical, if they're addicted to, say, a lot of coffee, caffeine, two things will happen. Either they will not sleep properly, they'll not sleep at all, or they'll sleep very less, and that would be very tiring and very stressed sleep. And then since they have some kind of mechanical routine, or they have some kind of earthly 3D routine, they'll have to get up again, and to get up again, they would again need some of the chemical again to function. So they will actually be surviving on the chemical, because see, the fact is the body is a machine. It will keep going on. There was this movie called Fight Club. In that movie, this guy had some sleep deprivation, some sleep problem, the main character, right? And he doesn't sleep for 15 days, 20 days, so many days. So much so that he has created another personality. He creates another personality. He creates a whole gang. He creates a whole club. And he has no idea about it. Because he starts suffering from a disease where he has created a split personality, where he thinks that the other person is someone else. It could be split personality, it could be hallucination, it could be whatever you want to call it. Okay, but it's not real, because it's happening out of some kind of chemical intake or some kind of altered thing which is not natural. So that is why we say eat healthy, drink healthy, do focused attention and surrender to source, because source is going to protect you from all of these things in the twin flame journey. And you would say that why me? You're not the only one who's suffering like this. Look at the whole planet. So many people are suffering. So many deaths are happening. There is so much poverty. There is so much misery. Earth is also one of the hell realms, by the way. Earth is divided into hell and heaven both. That's why they say on earth you can create your own hell and you can create your own heaven. This realm is like that. It's the realm of duality. And in this duality, if you find singularity, that's when you have done your work. That's when you have achieved. Your ascension is happening. So a lot of you people would realize that you get the same type of dream every time. Like every few days you get a same type of dream. Similar dream. And you have been getting this dream for a long time now. And when you reach an important stage in the ascension, you will realize that the same dream has changed. Either the ending has changed, either an important part has changed. Like I'll give you an example. I'll explain it to you by example so that you can relate with it. You see a dream where you are the protagonist and you are going for a job interview. Okay? Or these are situations like you are constantly seeing a dream where you're giving an examination and you're very scared, you're very nervous, you're always looking for the answers because you don't know whatever's there in the paper. And strangely, this dream comes to you some phase comes in your life and this dream comes. And I'm talking about before and after ascension and before and after inner work. There's a big change in a person's thinking pattern, lifestyle. So, for example, there is a dream where you're going for a job interview. And just to reach to the job interview, you face a lot of hurdles in between. Like you're not able to catch a taxi, catch a cab, or it rains, or something happens to your dress, or you look at yourself in the mirror. So there are the same things, same event, same situation. And then when you reach the interview, they offer you something, they give you an offer, but you're not satisfied with it, and you take it, but you still take it. And this is a dream that you have seen, say, 15 times or 10 times. At least when this dream will come to you, because there are many times in the morning we remember the dream very well, but by evening we don't remember it, right? This happens also many times. So nevertheless, in this situation, the change in the dream is, for example, that the person does not take up the same offer. And this time, this person says that I don't accept this offer. I would like you to change it. I would want you to give this and give that. Or maybe the person had taken the offer, and based on that offer, they had lived their last 7 years or 5 years. But today, or in this dream, they are ascending. They have realized who they are. They know their capabilities and their potentials. They know themselves really well. Okay? So they go back to the same person and they say, I decline your offer. And you need to revise the offer now, because I will not accept whatever was being given to me as salary or as remuneration. Even if you say this much, even in the dream state, you're so conscious, imagine. Because earlier you were not that conscious, or you were probably programmed to just accept whatever was being offered to you. So even in the dream state, you realize what you deserve is better than what they're giving you. And you see this shift. Okay. Similarly, you can see some other thing, it could be your own situation. Like you see the same two flowers coming close, you see the same mountains, you see some fire, you see some people talking, dancing, and every time you see it's happening in the same pattern, one by one by one. And after you do good amount of inner work, you're completely focused. Suddenly you see the same dream, you know that this is the same dream that I've been getting, and this time you're not scared or anxious, you're very relaxed, you're just an observer. And when the time comes for you to say something or do something, something will shift, and this time you will be more confident, you will be more relaxed, and you will know that you have source with you. Nothing can go wrong, nothing can happen to you. I've also heard from people that they see that they're getting attacked by some strange entities in their dreams. And it keeps happening again and again. Or they see some really weird things, or people or women, very powerful women, huge in size, wearing gowns and fighting with each other and things like that. So they see some change, that the same dark entities who were coming to them, attacking them, suddenly disappear this time. Or they are transported in a different place. Even I have heard some people tell me that they saw a certain dream. In the dream, they were in some kind of paradise. They knew it was paradise. And then it turned into some really horrible place, and they woke up. And this dream happened, say, before they were conscious and aware about the ascension journey. And few years later, they see the same dream now, and they see that when this place changes, they are able to shift the place. Now they are able to say, no, I don't want to be here, I'll go somewhere else. Or they will see snakes, and they would be all scared with the snakes, so many snakes attacking them. But when the shift happens, the same snakes will become friends. Or the same people who were attacking them or troubling them in the dream space now have become their friends. Even this happens. For personal reading, for personal sessions, guidance on dream interpretation, counseling and therapies, please go through the description box, and once you're sure, you can write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. If you feel that your situation needs some kind of therapy work or some kind of counseling, some kind of guidance you need, or you just plainly want to discuss it out with someone. Sometimes I have noticed some of the people who have taken readings from me or sessions from me, they told me that I just want to talk to someone who would understand me. Because I've been going to so many healers and, people in the 3D world, so many psychologists or psychiatrists, because I think in the Western world, what I've been told, I'm not so sure, I've not been there. In the Western world, it's most likely the therapy culture is very common. Even in countries like Canada, I was being told by one of my aunts who lives there that it's very common for people to seek counseling. But a lot of people actually get more depressed after the counseling and therapies, because when they start talking about their ascension related experiences or all the spiritual awakening they're going through, the person in front or the therapist is like, what is he talking about? What are you talking about? Are you okay? So many of them don't know about Ascension, they don't know about twin flames, they don't know anything about light workers, how they feel. Even if someone says, I have a particular disorder, like an attention disorder or a this disorder, or anything that goes wrong with them, they will just say, hey, you know what, you gotta take these pills, you gotta take these stress busters, you gotta take these tranquilizer, you gotta take these meds, and do it for 3 months, blah, 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 and that's it. So the person who's gone for therapy ends up feeling worse. Like, I just wanted someone to listen to me. I just wanted someone to hear me out. Am I normal? Like, I need to speak to someone who understands this. So that is also a reason one feels light. A lot of people have told me this personally, that before the session I was so confused, and right now I feel okay. At least I'm not crazy as how everyone is making me feel. When it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about you, about your journey, your twin flame journey. You can just simply send me the questions and we'll do the reading. Before the reading, don't send me anything, so that you can get the best and most accurate answers. If the reader knows everything about your twin flame journey, then the reading will get affected because of that, right? But in case of therapies, you have to share with me different facets of your life so that we can heal the wounded inner child, which then leads to a 5D union. And without the 5D union, 3D union is not possible. You can also get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channel twin flame stories based on the journey of finding your ultimate soulmate. Connect with me on Instagram at the Sunamoon Goddess, and you can also subscribe or just check out, if you feel like, the Sunamoon vlogs to get interesting content that supports Ascension lifestyle. And Ascension is a lifestyle for a lot of people, because we've been told since childhood, a lot of us, that you're not normal, something is wrong with you, why do you have to behave like this, why do you have to do this, there's so much neglect, there's so much abuse. So this feeling that you're not normal, this is given to a lot of people who are actually special and very bright. It's just that they don't fit in with other people in the house or in the relative group or even in the society. Like, probably you live in a neighborhood where everyone is very gossipy. They don't have any good thing to do in life. So they just keep, wasting their own time and other people's time. You don't want to be a part of that. So every time you go in a meeting or in a session or, any event, you feel very out of place, and they also make you feel very out of place. They start giving you unnecessary advice. Or they'll start asking you questions. Why aren't you married yet? Why don't you do this? What type of job do you do? Where do you go? What do you earn? Why do you, feed the animals? Like, I have been asked this question few times. Why do you feed all the animals around your house? I said, well, I love doing that. What's your problem? Am I asking money, or am I asking you to help me out? Because I always give these answers. There was a time when my inner work was not that great. I could not give these type of answers. I used to feel very bad. On the contrary, I used to sit alone in one corner and feel, oh my God, is something really wrong with me? Is it wrong to take care of other beings? Is it wrong to be this way? Is it wrong? And then the more inner work I did, I would tell them that, am I asking for your time or your money or your help? Why do you have a problem with me? And then the more I did, go deeper into it, I found there are more people who are like me. So in the same neighborhood, in the same area, you thought that there is no one like you. You're all by yourself. And then suddenly you see 2 more, 3 more people. And it's not like everything goes hunky-dory from day one. Harmonization is a phase where you have to figure out that there are certain people who can only go up to a certain level in their journey. I'm talking about people who are not doing Ascension. They may not be doing Ascension work, but they could be having very humane qualities, very gentle qualities, and they could be here to simply clear off their past life karmas, because they had so much debt and they had so much negative energy. And at the same time, they may be having some kind of round off figure of good karma. So they are here to do certain things which could support a lifestyle of ascension, or which could give some hope to other people, or which could be good for the planet or environment. But you can't force progress on them. In fact, the more you do inner work, you become very complacent, you become very equanimous with different types of people. You understand that certain people are going to act in a certain way. So the best thing for you to do is not bother about them, not focus on them, not give them any energy. Don't give them any energy. And where you feel that there is somebody who's lost, who's suffering, and they need some inspiration, they come and talk to you. In fact, free advice is also not a good thing. That's why we make public platforms, and we want people to come to us on our own. Because if you keep walking up to every single person and telling them that, hey, you should do this, you should do that, or you try and tell your family members that, I'm in Twinflame Ascension journey, you must also do it, you must find out where your twin is, or who you are and where you've coming. They may not understand all of this. They may not even care. They might think that, why don't you get some real work to do, And you might be telling them that, why don't you do the real work you're here to do? So there is no point discussing it with many such people who are not going to even understand it or receive it. So inner work will make you understand and learn practically who all you should talk to, and in how much quantity and in what space. Not everyone deserves to know everything you are doing. Not everyone even deserves to understand you. Not everyone deserves who you are fully. They might be deserving you in 10%, 15% parts. And there are some people who also Mr. and Miss Know It All. They act like, in the spiritual world, they can do so much. They try to fool other people. Like, they would tell you things like, I can sit in one corner for 3 hours. While they constantly crib and complain, they're unhealthy. They have some kind of a materialistic job. They have some kind of a schedule. They have 20 things to do, but they would tell you, or they would brag about certain things which are impossible to achieve, even for an ascensioner. Even for an ascensioner, doing certain things are not possible. And that is the reason why we get practical about it and we talk about Karma Yoga. That you do Karma Yoga. This is the most practical way of getting into union and ascension. In the ascension journey, this is the most practical thing to do for a householder. Because you find your peace and you find your joy and you find your power in the life that has been given to you, in the template that you are, and this is how you heal the template. This is how you fix the template. The more peace, the more balance, the more harmony, and the more independent you get. Please don't ever think that other people can do anything for you. Don't rely on them. This is also my personal experience. And I've stopped relying on anyone or anybody. I just rely on source, and I just rely on my masters. When I have nothing to do, nothing left to do, like from my human capabilities or whatever best I could do, I've tried it out and I know that this is not helping me out. When I have nothing left to do and I know this is pointless wastage of time and energy, I know that I need to talk to my masters, and this is an important lesson in my life. It will help me a lot. So the masters can do anything. They can do any miracle. They can do any magic. They can literally bring you out from the darkest place. And certain situations are sad, I understand. It's not like only good things happen to you after ascension. They're sad. There are situations where you feel very heartbroken. But you have to continue with a smile, because someday, one day, you will know that that also happened for your good. It happened for your progress. And with the Dreamspace intervention, I feel that it's very important for ascensioners to have a relaxed sleep. Consume only herbs if you feel troubled or disturbed. There are so many types of oils that can help you, so many types of herbal medicines that can help you, because these are the things that are made, specially designed for people who are in yogic practices. That's why I spoke about yoga, because this yoga that you do, it's a mental, emotional, psychological work that you do. And there is a physical discipline that automatically comes with yoga. People who are yogis, they don't need to do anything extra, because the work they do, automatically physical discipline will come in their life. If they have some diseases, those diseases will also find a cure. If you meet a person who claims to be really good in ascension work, but they're constantly falling ill, they're constantly lacking energy, they're constantly depressed, or they, show you different very fluctuating moods, that is also for you to know that you don't want to be like that. And there is a possibility that they need help, but they are not willing to accept it. And they are not surrendering, they are not letting go. So why do we meet such people? So that we also understand that we should not make these mistakes. Otherwise, we will become like them. We might amass a lot of knowledge. We might amass a lot of this, that. We might have read this book, that book, watched this video, met 100 people who are healing other people, or gone for so many sessions, this and that. But eventually, there is no peace. Because that will be reflected in their commitments. Most importantly, people who are doing good ascension work, good as in not good and bad, wala good. Wala is a Hindi word. It means type. So that wala or that type, it's what I mean by fake and genuine. So genuine ascensioners will not have so much fluctuation in them, so many issues. And because of that, they will always make sure that first of all, they will not commit every time for everything. They will save their commitments also. Save and savor their commitments. They will be very smart with their time. They will be very smart with who they hire, what they do, where they go, how they utilize their time, because most of their whole focus is on inner work. You will see a huge shift in the type of dreams you see, in the type of messages you receive, the information you receive during the dream work, if you manage your commitments well in the 3D world, in the waking world, as to say, the one you see with 2 eyes. People who don't live up to their commitments, they always come up with excuses. They can never grow in dream space. And dream space growth is very important, my friends, very important in the twin flame ascension journey. And I'm going to talk about Sri Ram and Sita once again here. There is still a very famous quote which says, Raghukul Riti Sada Chali Aaye, Pran Jaye Par Vachan Na Jaye. The word is so important that your life, you can give up your life, but you will not give up onto your commitment. So ascensioners, number one, they won't commit because they'll see, okay, this thing is important enough or not. Should I commit or not? If they commit, whether it's a human being or whether it's an animal, they will make sure that they live up to it. They do it every day, every single day with regularity. No skipping, no missing. Commitment is commitment. If they have given a word. So divine masculines need to learn this big time, because they lack this commitment. Even if they've given commitment to the feminines, they have not lived up to it. They just said, yeah, I love you, I'll always be there for you, you are mine, I'm yours, we'll marry each other, we'll have this, we'll go here, we'll go there. And then one fight, one problem, one disaster, bye-bye. What about the commitment you made? It's never going to be easy. And I know this again from my personal experience, it's not easy. Whenever you make a commitment, there will be some challenges. So those challenges are going to help you to grow and progress. So that is also a reason why you commit carefully. You don't just commit. You are not ready for something, don't commit. You don't have to overdo something. Only when you are ready, only when you feel bodily, physically, mentally. And then there is something called procrastination also. You can't even procrastinate, so you need to find a healthy balance in between both. So when I'm talking about yoga and dream space intervention, it is deeply connected. and the type of dreams you receive and the changes you feel. Sometimes these changes can happen in the same night. So when the dream starts, you could be with a sexual abuser or a pervert who's following you everywhere, who's chasing you in every lane. You're sweating profusely, you don't know what to do, where to go, what to say, who to ask for help. And then suddenly you become aware because you are practicing awareness throughout the day. Then suddenly you realize, okay, I need to just observe. You take a deep breath and you observe. And what do you see? The same sexual abuser, pervert, is now standing in front of you and saying, I want to help you. You say, okay, all right, take this work. You don't feel any anger, frustration, fear, anything. There are people who have mentioned that a bull, a very scary bull, walks behind them throughout the dreams, keeps chasing them, and they're running for their life. They're running to save themselves. And even I used to see this dream in my childhood, and I saw this dream many times, that this one black bull used to keep chasing me, and it had really strange eyes, like as if when you are being watched, the feeling of being watched. And this is another feeling that the dark entities give you to scare you, to put fear in humans, that they're always watching you from every corner, every place, they are watching you. So this feeling of being watched, so this animal used to give me this feeling from the corner of my eyes. If I would look, I would see still looking at me. It was a very difficult dream. And I remember after some kind of ascension work was done, inner work was done, I once saw the same dream, and this bull was following me everywhere. And I was running for my life and my safety, and suddenly I jumped and fell into a park, like a garden. And there were 4 people sitting in the park, and they seemed to be some kind of angels, angelic men. 4 of them were sitting there chit-chatting, doing something. And they saw me, and then they saw the bull, and they also jumped out from that wall, and the bull ran away. That's it. Maybe in the dream space, I asked for help. I asked God for help, which I was not doing earlier. But I happened to do that unknowingly or knowingly. And when you're focusing, when you're doing focused attention, when you're in awareness, you also tend to observe more. Maybe I stopped and observed it instead of getting scared from it, instead of understanding what's happening. And then another realization that you get from inner work is all this is temporary. All this is a dream. And a big impact on the masculine's energy is also seen when the divine feminine shifts in her energy. And which is why I keep focusing on the 5D union. So this is where I'm going to close this channeling session. Thank you so much for being here with me. One love and peace out, and Jai Shri Ram.